Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Easy English channel, where learning English is genuinely simple and, more importantly, fun. I'm Olivia, thrilled to be here with you today.
And hi, Olivia. It's fantastic to be back. And hello to all our wonderful listeners out there. I'm Steve, and I've really been looking forward to this conversation.
Same here, Steve. I've got my coffee ready, feeling good, and today we're diving into a topic that I think is incredibly practical and powerful: small, manageable daily habits that can seriously boost your English skills. We're talking about making consistent, easy changes.
Absolutely. It's such an important point because, a lot of people think they need these huge, intense study sessions, hours locked away with textbooks, but that's just not true. It's these tiny, almost effortless habits done day after day that really compound and create massive results over time. It's all about consistency, not just raw effort.
Exactly. Before we jump into these fantastic tips, we'd love it if you could take a quick second to like this episode, subscribe to the Easy English channel if you haven't already, and definitely share it with any friends or family members who are also on their English learning journey. It helps us reach more people.
Thanks for that, Olivia. Your support truly means the world to us.
It really does. Okay, so let's get straight into it. Steve, what's our very first habit that listeners can try out?
All right, so the first habit is what I like to call the 5-minute morning. It's super simple. When you first wake up, before you even check your phone or get out of bed, just take about 5 minutes to think of 3 to 5 simple sentences in English. It could be anything. Wow, the sun is really bright today. Or, I'm so hungry, I need coffee. Or, what's on my schedule for today? The idea is to gently wake up your English brain and get it active right at the start of your day. It's like a warm-up for your mind.
Oh, I love that. It's so low pressure. You're not trying to write an essay, just activating the language. What's the next tip for someone looking for an even more passive way to learn?
For a really passive, almost effortless learning experience, here's one. Change your phone's language to English. Seriously. Think about it. You interact with your phone dozens, maybe hundreds of times a day. You'll constantly see common words like settings, messages, clock, camera, gallery, notifications. You'll be learning practical vocabulary just by navigating your everyday device. You pick up words without even actively trying to memorize them, which is incredibly powerful.
That's brilliant because it forces immersion in a gentle way. You have to understand it to use your phone. What about making your physical environment a bit more English-friendly?
Yes, this is one of my favorites. Label your world. Grab some sticky notes or small pieces of paper. Write the English word for common household items: fridge, door, window, mirror, chair, table, and stick them directly onto the objects. Your kitchen, your living room, your bedroom, they all become mini classrooms. Every time you walk past the fridge, you're visually reinforcing the word fridge. It's a constant subconscious reminder and a great way to expand your everyday vocabulary right where you live.
I can totally see that working. It's like living in a language textbook, but a fun, interactive one. Now, for those of us who spend time online, what's a good habit there?
Absolutely. My modern tip is to social media immersion light. Instead of just mindlessly scrolling, actively follow 3 to 5 English-speaking creators on platforms like YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram. Choose topics you're genuinely interested in, whether it's cooking, tech reviews, travel, or comedy. Short videos are fantastic for improving your listening comprehension in bite-sized chunks. And reading the comment section is amazing because it shows you how people really talk, with slang, idioms, and natural expressions. It's like a window into authentic everyday English.
That's such a smart way to turn screen time into learning time. And I agree, the comments are where the real informal language lives. But speaking is often the hardest part for learners, isn't it? What's a low-stress way to practice that?
It really is the biggest hurdle for many. So for speaking practice without any pressure, try this. Narrate your day. This might sound a little silly at first, but it's incredibly effective. As you go about your day, just quietly, or even out loud if you're alone, describe what you're doing in simple English sentences. I'm making tea. I'm putting on my shoes. I'm opening the door. I'm washing the dishes. You're essentially creating a running commentary of your own actions. It builds confidence, helps you connect actions with vocabulary, and gets your mouth muscles used to forming English words without the fear of making mistakes in front of someone.
I love that. It's like you're your own personal sports commentator. And speaking of personal help, let's talk about something incredibly modern and accessible, AI helpers. I mean, we're in 2024 now, and this technology is only getting better.
Oh, absolutely. In this digital age, chat with your AI is a game changer. You don't need to wait for a language partner. Just talk to an AI for 2 minutes a day. You can use apps like ChatGPT, Google Gemini, or dedicated language learning AIs. Ask it about the weather, describe your day, tell it about your plans for the weekend, or even ask it simple questions. It's like having a patient, non-judgmental teacher right in your pocket, always ready to practice with you. It builds fluency and confidence in a safe space.
That's truly amazing, the resources we have now. Okay, what about something a bit more artistic and fun, like something for music lovers?
Definitely. Tune in with lyrics. Music is a universal language, and it's also a fantastic English teacher. Make it a habit to listen to just one English song every day. But here's the key. Don't just listen. Find the lyrics online and read along. Even better, sing along. Singing actively improves your pronunciation, helps you internalize natural English rhythm and intonation, and expands your vocabulary in a really enjoyable way. Plus, it's just a great mood booster.
I'm a big fan of that one. It's amazing how much you can learn from a catchy tune. What about a super practical writing habit that everyone already does?
Oh, for sure. This one is called the English shopping list. It's so simple. The next time you're making your grocery list, instead of writing milk, bread, apples, rice in your native language, write them in English. It's a small change, but seeing those English words linked to real, tangible objects that you use every day really helps solidify vocabulary in your memory. You're connecting words to your actual life, which makes them stick.
That's brilliant for practical vocabulary. And finally, for the end of the day, how can we reflect in English without it feeling like a chore?
Right. For the end of the day, try the one-sentence journal. Before you go to sleep, just write one sentence in English about your day. It could be something like, "Today was busy but productive," or "I saw a funny cat video," or "I really enjoyed my coffee this morning." Just one line. It's not intimidating, and after even just a month, you'll have 30 sentences, and you'll genuinely see your ability to express yourself simply in English. It's about building that habit of daily reflection.
Wow, Steve, these are all such actionable tips. I think the core message here is what you said earlier. Consistency beats intensity. 5 minutes every day, doing just 1 or 2 of these habits is so much more effective than trying to cram 3 hours of study once a week. Start small, stay consistent, and don't overwhelm yourself.
Couldn't agree more, Olivia. And to add one final piece of advice, always stay curious. When you hear a new word or you're not sure how to phrase something, take that extra second. Look it up. Ask yourself, how would I say this in English? That active curiosity is a huge driver for progress.
Fantastic advice to wrap up on, Steve. That's all the time we have for today's episode. We really hope you found these habits helpful and inspiring. Please tell us in the comments which habit you're going to try first. We love hearing from you.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks so much for listening, everyone. Remember to hit that like button, subscribe to the Easy English channel for more great content, and share this episode with anyone you think might benefit. Your engagement truly helps us grow.
You truly are doing great on your English journey. Keep going, stay curious, and keep practicing these small habits. They really do add up. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.